この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo and I am here for Fire Force and in no Shobutai episode 18. Last time we found out that this episode will be titled The Secrets of Pyrokinesis, which is promising. Hopefully it can fulfill that promise because the nature of pyrokinesis, who holds the secrets about it, what those secrets are, how they relate to the whole Adola system of bursting and linking. I don't know, but those are some of the interesting elements of this world, and we don't know that much about them. Everybody in this world sort of takes them for granted. People just sort of awaken with pyro powers, and nobody really understands why. So I would like to know who understands why and what they understand about it and how it links up to the linking and bursting and stuff. We'll see. Last week's episode continues the short, albeit short, trend of really good Fire Force episodes that are kind of like catching their flaming footing and really hitting some kind of a stride. I just desperately hope that it continues to do that. We'll see. We'll see. But last time we had a whole sequence of events that led to Vulcan inevitably coming on board with the rest of the Fire Force at the 8th. We had Shinra's hopes of his You're an Angel brother get absolutely destroyed and shattered as we saw into Sho's mind and heard that he feels absolutely nothing but disgust for his brother and for everyone who isn't Evangelist affiliated and stuff. So, yikes. We got some bits and pieces about Adola linking, none of which really told us that much, but they happened. And we saw Sho's powers for the first time. One of which is that he kind of teleports or like Zawaldos around and stops time or something, although we know that Arthur saw his blade moving, so it's not quite that he can teleport or quite that he can stop time. He just moves extremely fast. How much of that is his power? How much of that is his training? I don't know. Up in the air. However, it does make me think that because we have a scene in the OP where Shinra sort of like glitches and then sort of teleports toward him, that maybe as brothers they have like some kind of a related ability, and Shinra will gain the ability to teleport-ish in order to counter his brother at some point. I expect that will be relatively far in the future. Seems like a capstone type ability, although this is shonen, so we can just keep accelerating and escalating power and whatever. Lisa got left behind. She decided to stay in the very last moment, and we had this moment of hope for Vulcan and Lisa, and no, she's just chilling. She's staying. She's loyal enough to the Evangelist and stuff. And then we were saved, oddly enough, by Joker, who well, I thought he was a bad guy, but now he seems like a weird neutral party, like a trickster deity or something. Kind of makes sense given the name Joker. But we got one really particularly important line from him, which was, "It's no fun allowing either the Fire Force or you guys to do as you please." Don't know what his affiliations are or what his goals are, but he doesn't want people running amok and doing their own, like, one-sided thing in the conflict. So far, he's the most, like, interesting, seemingly knowledgeable, balanced character in the series, and we know for a fact that he has some kind of relationship with Victor Licht. So, yeah. Hopefully we find out a little bit more about him and what his goals actually are, besides just, I don't want other people to do what they want to do. Then we had some cooking and some bonding and some talking and some chatting and some stuff. Yeah. That was the episode, and it was pretty well directed and felt really good to watch. So hopefully we can keep up on that front. Now, one thing that we're kind of lacking besides the title and just like we need to do some information gathering and talking about the things that certain people, certain characters know and have learned and that others haven't, and like talk it out with them. Hopefully that happens, but it might not because it hasn't in a lot of cases in the past where I thought it should have. We don't really have like a lead in for the next episode. We don't have a like, we're going to Asakusa, or like we're going to Amaterasu to interview somebody. I assume that we have to report to somebody that Giovanni is working with the Evangelist because that's a big deal. Maybe Hajime would be down for that. Maybe they wouldn't. It's really hard to say. But yeah, I'm hoping we get some talking and some chatting and stuff. But I don't really know what to expect. So let's go ahead and dive on into this episode of Fire Force and see what we find out specifically about the secrets of pyrokinesis. I have the episode up and ready to go. It is at 0 seconds. There will be 2 versions of this reaction video. You can find a picture-in-picture version with the video up there, linked in the description, and a timer-based version up on YouTube. If you would like to sync up your own copy of this episode with the timer-based version up on YouTube, that's what it's there for. Just get your copy ready, because the beep beep timer to count you down will be coming at you right now. Information dump. Give me more lore. Ow, that's loud. Okay. Okay. And that's it. Hey, with that dope devil skull. Hey, bunch of old friends who have lots of knowledge. We should talk to y'all about evangelist stuff. Yes! Thank you. Yes! Mm-hmm. But how? Okay. Silpero. Mm-hmm. 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 What is that? Windows Vista? 7? In the way of what? Yeah. He always has a weird hat, right? They seem to get in the way. Alright. So I guess the Lucky Lecturer is back in action. Aw, I was really hoping that they would put the skull on there. Now that it's changed. Missed opportunity. That's just a missed opportunity. It would have been so easy. They have the image. Ah. I'll say that this OP in general has grown on me slightly. It's still nowhere near the first one on like any axis of goodness. But it's grown on me. This sequence is not. Okay. Glitch. What is that? It's like Star Wars or Star Trek beam me up. Bzz, bzz. Glitching. She has to sit a button. Yeah. Get to it. Not smart. I need one of those traditional clay teacups, but like this big. That would be good. He was looking for something. Yeah. For sure. He doesn't have the... You have? Oh. Would be a good assumption. Sure. I mean, the one who's Hajime affiliated? Hi, Yoker. Oh. So we do get a meeting, but there's a lot of the things that I wanted are just happening. This is nice. They're not the most exciting things ever, but it's nice. What is that? He's done very little, but okay. Yeah, they can fight. Are those Devil's Footprints? Okay. Yeah, tell me more. Link with Evangelist. A link of their own, probably. Training arc? That's not a bad idea. Get Benny to teach him how to do it. Yeah. All right. So maybe we'll be learning those secrets as Shinmon knows them. Hmm. Classic. Perfect way to create a respectable mentor character. Huh. Oh. It's it's a fire extinguisher grenade. Oh. Does that work? I don't know enough to know. It's kind of dope, though. Can you make a boomstick of it? Reusable? That was a fun interaction. Hmm. Hmm. But they were kind of working in unison, which is nice. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Hi, Victor. It's a nice baseline. All right, Weird Waldo. Mm-hmm. This. Yeah, teach that to Shinra. Get real fast. Yeah, but not glitching teleporting speed. We're working toward it, though. This whole thing about getting faster. We're working toward it. But it's something else. Fair enough. He's not. He did. Aw, how shafty. Gotta relearn everything. I think there's the point. It's hilarious. Shonen logic. If not impossible. Really? Oh? Leg? Leg things? Flying hammers. Not leg things. Okay. Whoosh. Oh, that's the line from the beginning. Is she reading it from a book? She is. This is their text, huh? Everybody working hard. Certainly. Was that a burst? Or something like it? Ooh, ooh! That was a cut. I want to see that again. It's about what you do in here, bud. Nope. Okay. Sure. 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 Naruto flying. Is this a new piece of soundtrack? That's what you want. And success. Inbound. Oh, hi. Okay. Hey, he learned not to yell about it. Perfect. It's just his face. All the way into the sunset. He's too stupid to feel the pain. I go really fast now. Nice dodge. Nice. With salt? Nice. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Okay. And name? No name. Yet. Maybe they'll hold off on revealing it until next time. Okay. So just general Link feeling stuff, I guess. 26 to 57. Yeah, it's just ending. Okay. Hmm. This is pretty fun for a lighter segment that's mostly like a training arc-ish type of thing. It's pretty good. Alright, next time, Chikai into the nether. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Where do you get enough obsidian to make a portal? Sorry. Okay. Don't know what that's gonna refer to. Don't know anything. A lot of things in this episode that I liked slash was waiting for slash was wanting. Uh, uh, Not so much information on the secrets of pyrokinesis that I thought we were gonna be getting to, but some cool stuff nonetheless. Things that I really like. One, actually communicating with our allies and talking things through in a way that like doesn't really reveal much to the audience but ensures that all of the characters have essentially the same level of information about the events that have just occurred. Nice. There's been a severe lack of that going on in this show, and that's fine, but I think it's stronger for having it. Okay. Uh Little bits and pieces of information, like maybe Sho's power comes from a link with the evangelist. Some bits and pieces of showing everybody kind of becoming a part of the team, showing that Victor Licht still has some weird like associations with Joker and doing stuff on his own, but he is doing it for the reasons that they need him to. So for the moment, he's trustworthy-ish. He's been doing good, I guess, but he hasn't done very much, and I don't know if I trust him. And then I think the majority of the episode, I'm not sure exactly when we transition over to the Benimaru as a trainer. Yeah. So the majority of the episode, starting at about 8 minutes, is this training section. And I think that this is good stuff. I mean, training arcs are something that you either love or you hate, and are kind of like an integral part of shonen. I thought that this was a pretty good one for a couple of reasons. One is that Benimaru has been well established as one like the strongest Fire Force guy, and he's pretty cool and a pretty likable character, and as far as I know, kind of a fan favorite character. So to bring him back, to bring Asakusa back, where we just had our successful end to the last arc, and to use that as like our springboard, to have like a respected mentor character who legit is legit. Yeah, that's a good decision, and I think a smart one. Moving toward getting faster for Shinra, getting more powers and interesting things. I guess Victor did bring a bit to the table just by bringing up the idea of condensing down a jet of flame. Simple, but yeah, that would work. That makes perfect sense. Doesn't seem to be like it's moving in the direction of getting faster and getting more power out of what flame stuff you're working on, but it doesn't seem like that's like a direct line to whatever this weird glitchy power is that Shinra seems to be moving toward eventually. But we'll probably get there at some point. I think that's not something that he can like learn from somebody like Shinmon. I think that's gonna be his really unique like capstone ability. But getting fast, building up to a finishing move, so that when we actually see it used in combat, hopefully next episode, he can maybe give it a name that's more badass than it is silly. And we can have like a, fuck yeah, Shinra actually did it. He worked towards something and he kept working toward it, and then he did it. That'd be nice. Not sure about the use of superpowered magnetism to eliminate fire. I mean, maybe. I'm not gonna go and look it up right now, but sure. Okay, cool. It's a cool idea, and so is the idea of Maki getting herself these giant. I guess they're punchy hammers. Not really sure what they're gonna do, but they look really cool, and they fly and they hit things, I assume. So that's nice. Um, and then I really liked the little conversation that Benimaru had with them, uh, about the tension. It's the tension itself that you're feeling that gets you worked up. You need to feel life instead. I really like this little conversation, and I think that it has like relevance to real world anxiety over difficult things, whatever form those take for you or whatever. But as someone who has on and off struggled with anxiety, often the anxiety itself is like the issue, and the things that you think are causing the anxiety aren't always as big or bad or impactful as you might think. And if you can alter your perspective subtly on what those things are and why they're making you afraid, I think you have a better shot at overcoming them. I don't know. It struck me as a cool bit of writing that came from the heart of the author, and nice. It was just sort of a little moment here where we got that through Shinmon's mouth, through the mouth of a character who we already respect and already know where he's coming from to an extent. Also, I didn't notice that, but kind of like his eyes, he's got the O and the X there. That's neat. And we get to see the little girls again. They're cool, and they get to be a little cheer squad and also a goofy squad. And then there were some fun, some fun Shinra faces. Kind of shafty goofiness going on here. I'm sure that these are manga panels, but they're nice and goofy. I like them. I like them. And then we get similar funky faces from Maki as she's Ooh. And then really nice emotiveness going on there. Like nothing super crazy or super special, but still pretty cute. And that was a pretty cute moment. And she's got these flying hammer things that make her abilities more useful. Also, this moment where she says this witch thing may be the first time that I'm like actually attracted to a character in Fire Force. Can't explain it, but it might be. Yeah. So that's nice. And then we find out that all of the intel that we've been getting from Iris seemingly is lines of scripture of some kind, which puts things into perspective a little bit. It also makes the intro narrations a little bit less reliable. They become a little bit more, they're legend lore, you know? And they're the lore of the church as an organization. We don't know if we should trust that at the moment. Just don't really know. But I like the whole idea of the episode. Everybody is working in some way or some shape or some form to become better at what they do and what they can do for the Fire Force. This is a nice little lull after a bunch of back-to-back battles and craziness. This is a nice little lull where our characters can step back from the conflict just a little bit, talk it out amongst themselves, disseminate information, and consolidate their abilities and their powers so that they can have a slightly better shot going up against the Evangelist and crew. Now, I wrote down 1700. I believe it was 1708 when I actually saw the moment, when I actually wrote it down. There's a cut where, yeah, this one. I wanted to see this again. Where Arthur, okay, so he just holds it. Yeah, when you explode and open and be quiet about it. But I want to see the cut where he bursts away because I'm not sure what's going on there. It may look less cool than I thought it did. So we cut to this angle, and then shaky cam, and then we cut to here, fist to face, explodey things, and he just rockets backward and falls. And skids along with the earth. Okay, cool. And tumbles. There were a couple of cuts kind of like that when we were first doing jetty stuff with Shinmon. And yeah, that one. Exactly. Alright. Nothing so crazy as I thought. And then there were some other cuts that were pretty cool where Arthur and Shinra were just charging Shinmon and kind of doing that working together. I'll go high, you go low type of thing that they were talking about before. It's cool to see that kind of stuff kind of getting reincorporated into the way that they fight. It's just nice. And I really like this conversation with Victor. Also the little I don't know if it's a block breaker reference or like a DVD thing reference or what. Or if he's just moving his eyes around. But we get this sort of glitchy sound when he does it that sort of makes me think that it's meant to be a technological thing. Yeah, we get these like 8-bit beeps and bloops in the background. Yeah, scratchiness. And it makes you think it is. That's kind of neat. Goofy faces, girls laughing, nice kip-ups. I like this shot a lot. It's not amazing or anything, but it's nice. I like this shot a lot. There was some good stuff in this episode. It was fun. Again, I mean, your mileage will vary because some people really don't like downtime episodes. I happen to kind of like downtime episodes depending on what the content of them is and also the context. I mean, that's everything, isn't it? Content and context. But I do kind of like downtime episodes. They're a nice way to break up the flow of a series and move between arcs, and that seems to be what we're doing. When we just had a bunch of pretty massive revelations for Shinra about Sho, and just like the nature of the evangelists and all of that stuff, along with sort of back to back to back to back conflict, it's nice to have a moment to take a breather before we engage in that once more. I think it's a necessary part of the storytelling, and I don't have a problem with it. And I thought this was done as such relatively well. So all in all, pretty okay. This was a solid episode. I think that's about it for me. I think that's about all I want to talk about, and we'll see what the Into the Nether means for us come next episode. Not as much to speculate on that front, since we don't know of any place or idea in universe known as the Nether. Just don't know. I mean, because it could be a real place, like an underground area or something, or it could be like into the darkness of the soul type of thing. It could be metaphorical, and I just don't know. So we'll find out next episode, I suppose. In any case, that's gonna be it. I've been Teeaboo. This has been Fire Force episode 18. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. It's a pretty fun downtime episode. Yeah. Hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. Hope to catch you next week in the next one, and we'll see ya in the Nether, I guess. Peace.